Is the bottom in for Bitcoin? Is the worst of this correction finished with? Well, in today's video, I want to share with you some charts that I've been keeping my eye on in regards to this critical topic that's on everyone's mind right now. What is going on with Bitcoin? Could it get worse? Or is this the bottom? Is it time to, of course, be looking at buying some cryptocurrencies? My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that is the kind of content that you appreciate, then I would massively appreciate you taking a quick second to whack a thumbs up on this video. By the way, if you would like to earn a safe and simple passive income, then you definitely need to get yourself an account over on Celsius. You can earn 6.2% on your Bitcoin, 5.35% on your Ethereum. Great rates on your stable coins, great rates on a load of different altcoins like Polygon and many others. Use the link down below in the description to start your account over on Celsius, and you're going to get a $50 Bitcoin bonus. So go ahead and check that out if you want to start earning some passive income. Now, let's go ahead and get into this topic. In case you have been in a cave for the last few weeks, well, Bitcoin currently down 42.5%. Well, maybe down around 41% at the time of recording this video. We peaked out at 42.5% yesterday. Now, just for reference for you, the previous big bear correction back in 2021, the mid-year correction, we came down 55% from the all-time high before hitting a bottom and inevitably, of course, coming back up. Nothing out of the ordinary right now is happening for Bitcoin. It's all part of the plan, although this is, of course, rather terrifying if you are a new investor. Maybe you've only been in crypto for a year and all this stuff is just like it went down and then it went back up and I thought we were all going to make it and then it went down again. What the heck is going on? This is crypto, man. This is what it does. Volatility is the price that you pay for performance. Now, this is a chart I want to share with you here. I talked about it yesterday, but I think it's a really, really important one. The relative strength index put in a rare oversold reading on the daily charts yesterday. Now, how rare is this? Well, it's only happened 3 times in the last 2 years. Each of those times has been an epic buying opportunity. Of course, back in March 2020, as well as in July 2021. Now, of course, happening here too. Now, can the RSI go lower? Oh, it can always go lower. Just remember that. It can always go lower. But we are currently in some seriously oversold conditions for Bitcoin and many of the key cryptocurrencies. These oversold conditions historically have been great times to buy. Now, if that RSI dips even lower, well, it's an even better opportunity to add more to your position. So just so you understand, this is a rare moment for the cryptocurrency markets to see this kind of oversold reading on the relative strength index. Bitcoin has also found itself in a key zone of support here. So this is the purple box that you see on the chart here. This is a key area of price support for Bitcoin. Now, short term, a reclaim of the orange line here, that would be pretty nice. That would put us back over $42,500, which is been a pretty key area, I think, of support and resistance. Of course, now we're just below that, but we're in a sort of broader area of price support here at the moment. Now, if we lose this, $37,500, that is the next area of support on the way down. I would really like to see that hold. I think if we lose 37,500, well, we could go into Goblin Town pretty quickly. If that is the case, we start seeing, of course, a lot more cascading liquidations and stuff like that. But a lot of leverage has already been washed out of the market with all of this going on over the last few weeks. It's been pretty brutal, and we've seen a lot of deleveraging already happening across the market. Also, very interesting note here for you. Yesterday, you can see right here, this is where we came down. This is where the candle wicked down to just right there. Now what happened over here? That is the exact, or within about $50 or $60 actually, of the exact point where we hit support for Bitcoin on the September correction. Think about that. Think about how crazy that is, man. we came right back down to that almost exact area of price support for Bitcoin. The next chart I want to share with you here is that we are coming up to a death cross. Nice. Nice. Now look, the death cross has become a bit of a meme, I think, in crypto. It is a lagging indicator anyway, so by the time you're to get a death cross, it means the markets have been pretty gosh darn bearish already, which is obviously what we've already seen happening, this death cross, unless something mind-blowingly dramatic happens, which is probably not going to, then we're going to get this death cross confirming in next couple of days here. Now, what does this mean when it happens? Does it mean that's it, the market's going to tank massively, etc., etc.? Well, you can see last time we had a death cross here, we did actually see the market continue to trend down a little bit. However, the low that was reached just after the death cross hit was actually only about $500 or $1,000 lower than the initial sell-off. We may have already hit that point. We don't necessarily need the death cross to happen in order for the sell-off to have finished. That was actually the low point of the mid-year correction, by the way, which came about a day or two after the death cross confirmed. Death cross, again, it's a lagging indicator because it depends on the 50-day and the 200-day simple moving averages, which react a lot less to recent price action. So something you need to keep in mind. However, if we do confirm the death cross, that would likely indicate to me that, yes, the bears have the bulls over the barrel, doing them hard, and probably going to have a little more of that happening. That doesn't mean we're going to get a bunch of massive downside volatility coming in necessarily, but it would likely indicate that we could be in a meh kind of situation for the market for the foreseeable weeks anyway. What we need to have happen is a reclaim, a successful reclaim of either the 200-day simple moving average, which is the dark blue line here, or the 50-day simple moving average, which is the light blue line. Now, currently, of course, the dark blue line comes up first. However, that 50-day moving average is going to drop down below the blue line pretty soon and come right down into this area. So we will be keeping an eye on that. Usually here, food for thought for you, usually after a big downtrend like this, when we reclaim the 50-day, and certainly when we reclaim the 200-day, but definitely the 50-day, when you get that 50-day crossover, tends to be a very interesting time to go long on Bitcoin or to rebuy your positions if you've been waiting around for confirmation. Maybe you've tethered up and you're all in stable coins, you're waiting for some kind of confirmation that the market's starting to recover here. Well, you can look exactly what happened here. We had nice volume, you can see that nice volume there, and we had a breakout past the 50-day moving average on volume. Buying here around $34,000, you would have been able to ride the price up 100%. Up to $69,000 for Bitcoin there, just buying the breakout here on volume over the 50-day moving average. So something for you to keep in mind. We'll obviously keep an eye on that situation moving forward. Now, sentiment-wise, we got a 10 on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index yesterday. That's the lowest reading since the final capitulation blowout of July 2021. What happened after July 2021? Well, you can see right here, capitulation. That's when the Fear and Greed Index got down to 10. Look what happened next. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Markets started raging again. We've got that same level of fear reading now. Great fear often comes before a new rally point in the market. Although, just so you fully understand, it doesn't mean we're going to start rallying tomorrow or next week even. It might take some time to build up. I mean, people have just had a pretty big psychological shock happen to them with all of this fear in the market. We could have the new rally taking a bit of time to build up before we start pushing the market back higher. Now, Bitcoin could be looking at a relief rally into the purple box here in the not so distant future. So this right here, of course, was a key area of price support on the way down. Going back up, that is going to be an area of resistance. We want to flip that previous that area of support has now become resistance. We need to flip that from resistance back into price support. So break out above this, come back down and retest that would be interesting to see. Of course, this orange line here, this is our downtrend line, basically, which we've been in since $69,000. We did have an attempted breakout here, redrew the line up a little bit, have to account for that, and of course still just stuck in that downtrend. Now that relief rally gets us right up here, of course, to smash into our trend line. So that would be, if you are playing a short-term play on that, buying, hoping that this is indeed the bottom here temporarily in the market and looking for a short-term scalp, well, up to the area of resistance here, as well as that downtrend line confluence coming together, would be an interesting area to look to set to take profits. And of course, if you want to wait for a bigger move and try to catch the breakout, then wait for us to cross over that orange trend line right here, but with volume. Okay? Last time we tried to do that, we lacked the volume. You see right here, this was the attempted breakout here. Abysmal volume when that happened. The market was not committed to that move. Now, all those charts in consideration, in my opinion, I think there's a decent chance that Bitcoin could be at or close to the bottom at this point. We're 42% down. Yes, we can always go lower. Remember, it can always go lower. However, I think considering the charts that we're looking at right now, the key areas of support, all these different things, there's a decent chance that we could be at or close to a bottom point for Bitcoin during this particular correction. Let's hope, of course, I think we are largely depending on macro news at this point. I feel like the consumer price index raising up by 0.4% in the month of December. I feel like that's what this big correction's been about this week. The market's kind of already priced that in. The miners in Kazakhstan, that power is back online. The Kazakhstani Bitcoin miners are back online. So the Bitcoin hash rate's back up 20% or whatever today. But I think that we could be close to this moment. But if, just so you understand, if we see the inflation rate actually being a lot higher than expected, then the market could react negatively again, because people in the market will be looking for removing risk from their portfolios. And of course, cryptocurrencies for most investors represent an area of risk. Now, if that consumer price index data is better than expected, well, that could, of course, then add fuel to the thesis that, yes, we are now at a bottom point here for Bitcoin. Again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I frequently am in this market. Just my two Satoshis, of course. But what am I doing right now? Am I putting my money where my mouth is? Yes, I am. For what it is worth, I have been adding to my positions for both Bitcoin and for Ethereum during this period. I've had two purchases. Well, I guess I have three purchases. One around $42,500. Two purchases around $41,500. I had a purchase for Bitcoin today as well. Limit order set, got hit overnight while I was sleeping for $40,000 on Bitcoin. I also had a limit order in for $3,000 on Ethereum. Now, I still have a limit order sitting there on the exchange for $38,050. We shall see if that gets hit. I think if we do have any more downside volatility, that $37,500 support level is a very important one to watch, which is why I'm going just a bit ahead of that. In case we do get that further downside volatility, that would be where I would watch for support to come in at. Now, if I'm wrong and this is not the bottom and we go down much lower, guess what? I will buy more. I will. Because at this point, I've only deployed a fraction of my stable coin stash. I like my stable coins largely for farming tools. So I've got my stable coins like in Convex Finance, for example, earning me some gosh darn sweet yields. I've got them in Anchor Protocol, earning nice yields. I have them in Celsius, earning nice yields. However, when we get a nice dip situation, I like to peel a little bit of those away, put them into some Bitcoin, put them into some Ethereum for my long-term holding positions. If it goes down further, I'll peel off a bit more. But I won't dramatically change my average sort of holding percentage of stable coins in my portfolio, which is usually around 10 to 12%. So I'm not going to take half my stable coins and throw them all into Bitcoin right now. I'll just take a fraction, a percent, for example, maybe 2%, and throw it into to Bitcoin and Ethereum at these levels. Again, if we go lower, I'll consider putting a few more percent in, but I will not go all in with my stable coins. I like the flexibility of having a cash on hand, earning stable yield, farming different coins. It's been a strategy that has worked very well for me. And of course, why am I buying now? Why am I buying now? Because I know there's some people out there who are, look, Lark, why would you buy now? Bitcoin's going to go down to $20,000. Surely you should wait till then. Well, everybody near a bottom situation always thinks it's going to go a lot lower than it goes. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not the bottom. Maybe we're not even close to the bottom. Maybe it goes way lower than I thought it's going to go. Great, I'll buy more down there. That's fine. I will average in. I am stacking sats here. I'm accumulating Bitcoin for the long term. Buying Bitcoin under $50,000, under the 200-day moving average, at an oversold RSI with such a high fear reading, feels like a good time to buy for me. I'm a long-term Bitcoin bull. I'm a long-term Bitcoin investor. I like bargains. If I get more bargains, I will invest more because I have income constantly coming through the door from all of my stablecoin farming positions. I believe that the big picture for cryptocurrency has never been better, and that the price, the day-to-day price, all this stuff, it's just noise when it comes down to it. Come back here in 5 years to this channel, come back here in 7 years, come back here in 8 years in 2030 to this channel and see how we did. See how we did on our dip buys. I bet you we will have done pretty gosh darn well. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. Your question, have you been buying the dip? Or are you all out of cash? That's also an understandable situation. A lot of people go in too heavy, too early. If you are all out of cash, think about how you can create some passive income streams. And if you still have some cash on hand and you have been buying the dip, what have you been buying? Have you been buying Bitcoin? Have you been buying Ethereum? Have you been buying some altcoins? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.